Enjoy our shows? Follow the Mercado Airwaves crew all over social media. Like us on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. On Instagram, Nicole is at Typing When Tipsy. Alex is at Mercado2121. Mike is at Mike Mercado2333. And our true crime show is at Murder Mysteries and More. And on Twitter, Nicole is at Typing When Tipsy. Alex is at Mercado21Alex. And Mike is at MMercado2333. You can follow the network at Mercado Airwaves. Follow our pop culture show on Twitter at Good Brothers Pod. Get us on the go by downloading our programs anywhere you get your favorite podcast, like iTunes, SoundCloud, Podbean, Stitcher, and other popular sites. Just search us at Mercado Airwaves. While you're at it, please like, rate, review, and share us with your friends. Visit us on youtube.com/MikeMercado2333. Click the subscribe and like button to get notified every time a new episode or interview is posted. Support Mercado Airwaves by visiting patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves, the home of our interviews with athletes and celebrities, which you can get ad-free and early before it's released to the public. Come play video games with us on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Mercado Airwaves Network. Mercado Airwaves is powered by Munch Art Design. Like them on Facebook at Munch Art Design. Voiceover work on Mercado Airwaves is performed by Josh Fox.
Hey, Mike, how are you?
Jesse, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on the big day. So what does a day like this happen when you finally get to all the hard work pays off and everybody's going to be able to check out the movie and all the hard work that you guys did over at Triple Threat? And, you know, obviously a lot of time, a lot of effort goes into this with some awesome people, but the payoff, how is it?
It's very, very exciting. I'm really looking forward to hearing what people think of it as they get to see it. I'm very proud of the film. Everyone worked extraordinarily hard on it. We had just a fantastic cast. It's one of those rare events when you really get lucky, and I'm looking forward to hearing what people think. It's a very very high action movie, and I think there's a lot there for everyone.
And we're here in Chicago, and, you know, people love action. They love their sports here and everything, especially in MMA, where we've had Bellator just in town. We have the UFC right around the corner, and this is kind of your niche of the karate and all this awesome stuff that we saw a lot in the 80s, and it kind of bloomed this action hero that we've seen even now in the Marvel and the DC films and Star Wars and all that. And, you know, I wonder, when you're in this type of position and you're working with such great minds that have seen so many different types of films, that have been on so many different types of sets, that have done so many different types of training, how important is it for you to be the captain of the ship to be able to take everybody's information and mold it into your vision and kind of put your own little taste into it?
Yeah, that's a really good question. When you have an ensemble piece for a start, whether it's action or just acting, you're obviously trying to play to everyone's strengths as much as possible. In a picture like this, where I have guys that are extraordinarily talented and have reached, in many cases, the top as far as they're concerned in their respective fields. If you're talking about Tony Jaa or Iko, within his fan base in Indonesia, or Tony in the way that he's climbed up from, the slums of Thailand through kickboxing to stunt work to, then becoming a megastar in his own, in his own country, and then, that part of the world. You're dealing with guys that know exactly what it is that they do and do it very, very well. And you would be very foolish to try and manipulate them too much to your needs. You allow yourself to be in a position where you let them guide you to where they're strongest, and you are there as a sounding board. You listen and you hear for what's truthful, and you give them your perspective and point of view. And basically everyone on this one wanted to make the film as good as possible. There wasn't anyone who was trying to slack off. There was no concerns there. It was really just guiding this immense talent, physical energy and physical talent, and trying to make a film that was as interesting and as visually arresting as possible. So I think the key is, I think it was Kennedy or someone like that, hire the very best people and then be smart enough to get out of their way and let them do what they do and do it well. I had a very, very good fight choreographer on this, a guy called Tim Mann, who came in and worked with each of the actors for their fight scenes, got their input, and we tried to represent their particular styles, because I don't know if you're aware that, we had 8 or 9 different, very, very high-level martial artists on this movie, and the fights were very much choreographed around the styles and the techniques that these fighters used, so that we could, try and please all of those individual audiences as much as possible. And I think, where we're different to those superhero and Star Wars movies that you mentioned is that my special effect, my visual effect in Triple Threat is that the actors you're seeing are able to do these techniques in incredible sort of martial arts themselves, without a stunt double, without the aid of visual effects, without the aid of, enhancements and stuntmen and teams. These guys are going out, and the guys that you see are doing the action themselves, and that's a rare thing.
Right.
It's very intimidating to go up against a $200-300 million movie. These films have, their P&A budgets are 150 to 200 million. That's their publicity and advertising, not even the cost of the movie. Not even taking into account what they spend on the film itself. So we're going up against these guys, and you have to think very carefully. You don't try and take them on. You don't try and put my guys in superhero suits or try and put them in big effect sequences. In Triple Threat, we are like David taking on Goliath. The way we do that, the way we even the playing field is by doing what they cannot do, which is my actors, my cast, actually do their own stunts. They are actually out there doing their own martial arts, and they are actually doing these techniques. So when you go see this film, you're seeing something very, very unique. You're seeing something that they didn't do in Avengers or Iron Man. They can't do it because they simply are unable to do it. You're seeing martial artists and action performers who are performing at a world-class level, and you're getting that opportunity to see them all in one movie, which is, I think, pretty cool. It's like the old roadshow pictures of the 60s,
Right.
70s. It's really, really rather a unique opportunity.
Friend of the show, Jesse Johnson, joins us today on the release of Triple Threat, one of the cool movies that you could check out. And if you are going to go check out John Wick 3 this weekend, this is a beautiful appetizer to that, because you're going to see some badass stunts by real badass people. We all love Keanu Reeves, but you can't beat former UFC champion in Michael Bisping or anything else like that we were just talking about. But it's interesting you mentioned the big budgets now, because they're getting out of hand. We hear about James Cameron and these Avatar movies, and obviously what they're doing over at Disney and when it was Fox and all this. But in a world today now with VOD and everything going on with streaming and all these different networks, people of your craft who are able to tell these stories in physical form, be able to, in this ballet, this choreography, this real stunt work that's expressive in the body, how important has it been to really utilize streaming and the internet and making sure that people have access to this, not just the hard copies on DVD, Blu-ray, or back in the day, VHSs?
Well, it's everything now. Blu-ray and DVD don't represent very much, financial, back end for the company. So everything is VOD, everything is streaming, everything is, Netflix is everything, almost everything when it comes to domestic return on these pictures. So again, we're looking to even the playing field, and we cannot compete. We can't take out page ads. We can't take out $10,000 billboards on Sunset. We don't cry in the corner and boo-hoo about it. You work out how we can take them on, in a different area, which is, in this case, we have people like Michael Jai White, Michael Bisping, Scott Adkins, Tony Jaa, who have these huge online followings, and the guys support the movie. They love this movie. The cast are very, very supportive, and so they push it to their online fan base, and that fan base then goes and locates the film, streams it, buys it VOD, gets them for their online, library, however, Amazon, iTunes, however they do it, and that is our income. That's what comes back, and that's how the film makes money. Thankfully, this pirating thing is sort of becoming less and less. People are aware of the damage that it does to pictures like this one, and they can devastate a film of a lower budget film like this one. A scrappy fighter, a Street Fighter style movie like this that isn't supported by a major studio. By paying to see this film, even if it's only a few pennies, you are contributing to us being able to make more of these movies. And we love you. And that's the way to do it. But yes, we have to continuously create new battlefields where we can go out and sort of fight against these, in our terms, these huge movies and the illegal streaming. It's trying to find that middle ground in between there, and by having this cast, we have such a loyal fan base, we're able to do this, and we love the fans for that, because as I say, that's how I keep making movies. So it's very, very important.
Well, Jesse, what I've taken, other than the fact of how much love not only do you have for the project and obviously the craft, but this cast. I mean, obviously, we keep naming it because it's star-studded, and they also have such great followings. But you've been with a lot of people. You've had a lot of talent around you. You've seen it all. You've done it all, and it just sounds like you really legit had a great time with this group of this Rat Pack of a shenanigans group of people. I mean, it sounds like you really love the set.
I love this movie. I really had a lot of fun on it. I love every movie. I love working. I enjoy making films. I get a thrill seeing a huge set piece come together, whether it's stunts or special effects. You've planned it out for 2 weeks. You've rehearsed it. You've shot video footage of the rehearsals. You've talked it through with the crowd. The technical team have all been there. They've contributed. Everyone's put their 10 cents in, and you sit on set. It's dangerous in many cases. There's risk involved. You've mitigated that by as much as possible, but you're watching it, and you watch it come together. It's like the most amazing ballet, an orchestra, and it is really fun to do action movies, and we had a lot of action on this. But beyond that, this cast was great fun to work with. Now, you often run into certain egos and things like that when you're working with martial artists, because these guys that train every day, they're very proud, and they and quite rightfully so.
Right.
But this set was amazing. It was one of the least egocentric sets ever. I don't think the cast went in their trailers. They put their chairs in a sort of ring and be telling stories every day.
That's awesome.
A lot of fun. But I've got to tell you, I think the main contributor to that was Michael Bisping, because he sort of arrived at the time. He was the world champion, and to have him amongst all of these film martial artists, it was like there was no more scuttling for position. It was so blatantly obvious, and he would start, and then he'd start ribbing people and telling jokes, and it gradually brought everyone down to this sort of level of we're here to do a really good job, have fun doing it, kick ass. No one's going to be complaining about being on set for too long. It was very, very hot, very humid while we were there. The hours were very long. We were in extraordinary locations, but oftentimes they're sort of fairly unpleasant. In the jungle,
Right.
Everything that you can imagine moves, wriggles, bites, stings. You look at the ground for 30 seconds, and you suddenly realize everything's slightly moving. The leaves are moving. There's little legs everywhere, and it's not. This was not one of those ones where on the coast, the south coast of France, and enjoying white sands. We earned our butt, but because of Michael bringing everyone, bringing this sort of sense of humor and everyman quality that what we were doing, it was really a lot of fun. And I think I speak for the cast when I say they enjoyed it, and that's reflected on the screen. I mean, everyone put their heart and soul into this. Very, there was absolutely no sort of, I'll bring my stunt double in, I'm not doing this. Everyone got in there, and there was a sense of improvisation as well, which was very good. Because obviously, we're working with sets that are not quite what we'd expected sometimes, and so you need to change the script a little bit. You need to sort of adapt to that, and especially the fight choreography as well. And everyone was very open to that. So it was a hell of a lot of fun. It was a really, really good cast to be with. Very, very international. I think we had oftentimes 5, 6 different languages.
Oh, wow.
Being spoken on set. Lots of interpreters, but that stuff's fun. It's like it's a campaign, and you really feel you've done something at the end of the day.
And I think you guys are going to hit such a cool market because you like you just mentioned, the fact it's a diverse cast, it's an interesting story, and the fact is we know there's going to be a lot of badassery in it because there's a bunch of sweethearts that just so happen to be badass in this movie. And Jesse, you've been amazing with your time. I know this is an exciting time. I know it's been a long journey to get here. It's a lot of hard work, and everybody go on the website, triplethreatfilm.com. Check out the trailer, and obviously, where are we going to be released at? Are we everywhere in the universe? What are we doing release-wise?
I think it's everywhere across the U.S. U.S. and Canada today, and then it follows, the rest of the world beyond that. But USA and Canada today, so everywhere. Go see it, enjoy it, and thank you very much for your time.
No, you've been absolutely phenomenal. What's next for you, Jesse? What do we do? Do we go on another? You're on a media tour right now. Do you go home and relax and go away for 2 weeks and just decompress?
I think so. I think there's a couple more telephone calls today, radio stations, and then we're on to the next one.
You've never had a day off, have you? When was the last time you had a day off?
Oh well, I love what I do. I'm very, very lucky. So I'm in a good position. A day off is not so much fun in movies. You want to keep working in it.
You're the best, Jesse. I hope the best. I can't wait to see this thing roll out, and can't wait to have you on for the next project, brother.
Thank you very much for your time. I really enjoy it, and hope everyone loves the movie.
What's up, friends? Mike here from Mercado Airwaves. If you missed any one of our past interviews with amazing guests like future Hall of Famer and pound for pound best fighter in the world, UFC flyweight champion Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson,
It's another day at the office. I get to go out there and test my skill.
to award-winning producer, director, and actor Orlando Jones,
Orlando, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, sir. I'm good, brother. How you doing?
and all the other interesting guests we've had on. Joining us today is director and writer David Ferrier.
Thanks so much, brother. I appreciate you having me on the show.
MMA legend Chael Sonnen joins us today.
Keep listening to your show. This is great. Thanks, my friend.
Just subscribe to us on iTunes at Mercado Airwaves. And while you're there, please like, review, and rate us, friends. It helps so much. We also have a Patreon for anyone who would like to support the show. Just visit us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves and see how you can get all of our interviews ad-free and before anyone else, and how you can get your business or company spotlighted on the show. Follow us on Twitter at mmercado2333. Like us on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. Subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/MikeMercado2333. And if you would like to see what we're up to behind the scenes, follow us on Instagram, MikeMercado2333. Thanks for listening and all the support.